New day brings new numbers with the coronavirus pandemic, and we're committed to covering this story with facts, not fear. Matt's live with a new warning from national leaders and the noticeable change in the way they're addressing concerns. Matt?
Yeah, good morning to you here on this last day of March, a month that has really felt like a year, right? And the big concern here is that April could be just as heavy. State leaders here have been in constant contact with national leaders about this pandemic and how to get a grip on it, all while we're learning new information about the coronavirus right now in America. It is in all 50 states. Now, information on your screen shows it's really not isolated to any specific area. It's all the way from major metropolitan areas all the way down to very rural communities. Right now, we are approaching 150,000 cases here across the country, and along with that, we're learning there have been nearly 2,400 deaths. And get this, an alarming statistic we're learning now, in the best case scenario, we're learning there could be nearly 200,000 deaths predicted by national leaders. Now, this comes as those social distancing requirements we've been hearing about have now been extended for the entire month of April, at least. A situation, of course, that could continue to change here in the day ahead as we expect to learn more information both from state leaders as well as national leaders about the coronavirus and how to get a grip on it. A story we continue to follow. Ben.
It's 5:04. Let's take a look at your morning rush. The three stories to know about here this morning. So the Indiana primary election has been postponed to June, but the Hamilton County Clerk's Office is desperately trying to find poll workers right now. Since many of their volunteers fall into the high-risk category, they're looking to hire teenagers and teachers who are out of school to fill those spots. The positions are paid and they need 100 workers. So if you're interested, you can apply online. 9 firefighters from the Indianapolis fire departments have tested positive for COVID-19. IFD says those firefighters are in quarantine and will not return to work until they've been officially cleared by a doctor. Now, IFD can't say whether or not those 9 cases are connected, but the firefighters are from different stations. Finally, Governor Eric Holcomb has issued the executive order to block abortions. Now, this order states facilities like abortion clinics are non-urgent, and blocking them will conserve personal protective equipment like gloves, face shields, and masks. By the way, that order goes into effect tomorrow.
And we want to give a little bit more context to this story. So as Ben said, Governor Holcomb has halted abortions starting tomorrow to preserve personal protective equipment here in Indiana during this COVID-19 outbreak. And we're hearing from a lot of you, more than 1,000 comments on this Facebook post, more than 600 shares to your own pages. Here's a little bit more context. The order, it's addressed under the section of the conservation of personal protective equipment. And it states that facilities like abortion clinics are to cancel or postpone elective and non-urgent surgical and invasive procedures. Now, we do know in states where these kinds of bans have gone into effect, a federal judge has ruled them unconstitutional. This includes in neighboring Ohio, a U.S. district judge saying the Supreme Court has spoken clearly on a woman's right to abortion. Now, we have heard from a lot of you on Facebook. Roberta saying Indiana, like so many conservative states, finds a good opportunity in COVID to end reproductive care between patients and physicians. Tinsley saying this should be done nationwide. And Mickey saying this won't withstand a court challenge. We do want to hear from you. What do you think about this? You can comment on this Facebook post or tweet at us using the hashtag 13Sunrise. Julia.
All right, Meredith, thanks so much. Well, we had